Giving the organization coming out and spending all the budget. Appreciate it. At this time, I'm going to call up the marshal. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mrs. Irving. I'm the building principal at Third Marshall Elementary School, and I would like to take this time to recognize my pupils in the month. To my younger come forward. So my younger who has always worked so hard, has shown great growth. She has had a pleasure after class, and she's always asking to help out with various classroom tasks. Working, she led today's pledge of allegiance and the singing of the Star Spangled Banner during our spring concert. She's always kind to everyone and only has nice things to say about it. Congratulations to life, and I'll see you next week at the Sunday concert. Dad, you have more for the rest of the
You didn't take that.
Congratulations again. I would like to recognize third marshals, staff of the month of April. Her name is Donna McCall. And I'm going to ask Ms. James to come forward. Oh my God. Donna is an all-around team player. She is easy to get along with. The students and parents love her. Mrs. Howard and I love her as well. There is one occasion that Mrs. McCarra has written to. Whether it's dressing in the night for the Easter Honor Parade, or making food jambu for our students for our Haitian Flag Day celebration, or coordinating our autism acceptance activities and parade. She does a good harmony in front of the club. Mr. McCarra's soft-spoken voice is such a sweet welcome each morning. I'm proud to have her on my staff at Thurgood Marshall Elementary School because she truly is a treasure and an asset. Congratulations, Mrs. McCarra. Mrs. McCarra's Lord is sitting at our speak because she could not be here with us. However, her other half of the dynamic duo is here to accept this certificate on her connection. And now let's go about the show.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Schultz from the School of Dean Bradley Elementary. Tonight, we are delighted to honor students and staff of the month for both April and May. We're going to start with our wonderful and dynamic students. For the month of April, we have a sixth grade young man who it gives me so much pleasure and joy to have been nominated for this award because any staff member who has worked with him throughout his years of preschool all the way up to sixth grade has said consistently throughout this year how much he has grown. The choices that he makes are just so developing and welcoming of a young man. And he's working very hard at his academics and showing sustained growth each marking period. Joined tonight by his lovely grandma. I know she is so proud of him. Mr. Jesus Malone, please come up. Thank you. You're going to And now for our May student of the month, I am equally as delighted to introduce a fifth grade student who I have had the pleasure of being his principal for a few years now. I have watched him grow and excel academically in our school community and just become, again, another well-rounded young man. He is specifically being highlighted tonight as Principal's Choice Student of the Month because not only does he serve on our safety patrol, he has perfect attendance the entire school year. To bring your child to birthday, which his mom, Ms. Muhammad, works at Derby Marshall, so he was in this. So without further ado, join tonight by his wonderful family, Mr. Najai Muhammad, please come up and celebrate his birthday. Yes, please come on. Thank you so much. Great job, Najai.
I know.
And now for our long-awaited staff months. For May and April, Bradley was in a unique situation where we actually had two duos of staff nominated by staff for each month, which I want to shout out because I really think that speaks to the camaraderie and the culture of teamwork and collaboration we have behind the scenes at Bradley. And if you're not with us every day, you may not always see that. So kudos to the staff on being a great team. For April, we had a unanimous vote for two staff members who put so much effort and so much time, love, dedication into planning our autism awareness and acceptance month activities. When I say they went above and beyond, that's an understatement. I'm going to highlight just some of the kind of things their colleagues said because they deserve to be said out loud. Being a teacher for 24 years, I have never seen something that's amazing and hands-on that Lauren and Alyssa did for autism awareness. The hands-on learning that took place to bring real life experiences to our kids was awesome. Also seeing a former student who has autism be able to come up and speak in front of the school was so special and heartwarming. I love it so much. I know that it took so much time and the month has only just begun. Ms. Jackson and Ms. Julio worked so hard and put so much love and effort into their students and what they do, and they have now spread throughout the building. Thank you for being who you are. So Ms. Jackson, who is a fantastic teacher and one of our best students, with so much love and care. And Ms. Julio is a superstar, optimism, therapist, and education. Unfortunately, her family, please come up. Families, please come up. And now for our May staff of the month, a duo who puts the dynamic in everything they do. They are the backbone of our school. I would not be able to do anything that gets done each and every day for Bradley Elementary without them. Again, two staff members who are so wonderfully adored amongst our staff and receiving nominations both together and separately each and every month. They are just everything to Bradley, the dedication and support that they put into our students, families, and teachers each day make our school as amazing as it is. Tonight, one of them could not be here, Miss Felicia, because her granddaughter is being inducted into the National Junior Honor Society. So, Miss Veronica, and she's brought tonight by three principals who she grudges. And that's all for Bradley. Thank you.
Congrats.
Our first student of the month from April is Laura Rose Belford, and I would like to that I read the staff. Laura is respectful, responsible, motivated. She is always polite, considerate towards others, classmates, and teachers, and always overall kind, personality. She is the definition of positivity. Additionally, she participates often in class, always completes her homework. She challenges herself to be better on assignment. And lastly, she is an amazing writer. She has a gift of ability to take every opportunity to express her natural talents. Laura has a sweet and loving spirit. She is looking skips down the hall and smiling and singing all the way to class. She's very polite to the staff and always to students, of course, the administration. She's very kind and so nice and so positive each and every day. Laura is a dedicated student. She tries her best in each and every subject. And her teacher, across the course, that she is a pleasure and a joy to have in class. At this time, we're going to ask our student of the month, Lord, to come up with the teacher. And mama, please smile when you're talking about right now. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Our athlete of the month is Alan Moreno. Alan has been playing sports for over 3 years now. He's dedicated to both his education and his athletics. Alan's passion to be the leader in class on the field and also has motivated others to achieve. Alan has a number of strengths to offer. He's always interested in supporting others. He's respectful, personable, and he tries his best at each and everything that he does all the time. Throughout the years, he has demonstrated his perseverance and and there's always put forth his best effort into everything that is done. Alvin is a welcome to our team and at this time, student athlete of the month. Our main student of the month, Felicia Joseph. Felicia is an amazing staff. Our staff is an amazing young lady to have. She also has a smile that will light up the room. She has gotten to the Green South program and has worked every day very hard to be her best self. Here's something she said. She's a bilingual student who has excelled at opportunity in school. This was the first school she ever attended in the United States. She began classes along the Valentine's Day. From the beginning since February, she has always been motivated, dedicated, and after less than half of the year, Alicia has demonstrated high academic performance in each and every class she attends. Due to her continuous high academic performance, Alicia was accepted again into the Green Program, where more importantly, she is a role athlete in terms of a personality that excels in everything she does. She's responsible, respectful, and friendly to all students. The one thing that is most impressive to me, we had a situation where we did a restorative conference about an issue that happened, and after the restorative conference, she got up and she forgave the students who brought harm to her. So I thought that was remarkable. Remarkable. You gave them a whole example. I accept your apology. Because remember, another thing she does, she was always worried about her bathroom. Every time I see her, say, how do you know she's up on? I'm just starting to get that bad grade up to about a 90. So I get to a 90, then I will be all right. So once again, give it up to her.
This video is not, I'm not.
At this time, we will introduce our athlete of the month of May, Princess Good. At this time, she's going to be the lead. She is the utmost pleasure teaching and coaching over the last few years. Throughout the time at Asbury Park, she has been dedicated and passionate about sports and education. She's a leader amongst the classmates. She's an integral part of the team success here this year in middle school sports. She's very disciplined as an athlete, works hard, puts forth good effort, and has self-developed basketball and softball skills. Most importantly, she is a fantastic teammate and a pleasure to be a coach. Princess is now a young lady with incredible athletic ability, a great drive, excellence, and her skill set that always puts forth the effort needed to be successful. I cannot imagine another spring sport athlete receiving the honor of athlete of the month. At this time, Princess Wood. Our next step member, teacher leader, teacher of the month for the month of April. This person is came to the middle school to support the ERI program. She gave everything she had in terms of offering opportunity for our students to be successful in our middle school. She started with one student, and over the course of several months, I believe that up to at least 7 students in the class now. She never complains about anything. She's the first one to get in school and the last one to leave. She's a part of our young colleges. She helps collect homes each and every day, something that she was not asked to do but volunteered when we first initiated the Yonder Cell Phone College system. So, and in terms of the principal, I can't think of a better program to sustain the sustainability of the middle school other than the ERI program. And at this time, I'm happy to introduce Ms. Silent as our teacher of the month of April. Our next staff member of the month, okay, this person also helps with our teacher of the handicaps, our teachers of disabilities, helps with our CSP. Not only does she serve as a lead CSP member here at Brook School, but she is also supports each and every school in the district for writing IEPs, for supporting students' placements, for revising IEPs, assisting on disciplinary and meetings, etc. She has the style that would like the role. Also, she is a team player. She's an integral part of my leadership team. She also allows me to make sure our students at the middle school get the proper placement that they need to be successful. At this time, our staff of the month will be none other than this person.
Now, call upon Medina.
All right, we'll begin with presentation forward. My students and staff can take it out tonight. Between different awards, different ceremonies, planning for their next steps. Because I do have other classes being able today. To go on and celebrate them at our last staff meeting on June 2nd, but I do want to share something. Our athletes of the month for April and May are actually both trained academy students, one of which is a senior, who's graduated with his associate's degree. Mr. Castillo, who was the first team all-division in baseball. He is playing in the senior all-star game and is going to the University of Connecticut to pursue his academic career. Next, we also celebrated last night at the National Honor Society induction ceremony, in which we celebrated the outgoing members. So he was well-rounded and a deep member in our school community. Next is a junior, Matilda Lucius, who actually last night was inducted into the National Honor Society. So congratulations, Matilda. He recently in track, he broke his personal best in javelin and sprinted. And as I mentioned, just like the mentor, Matilda is a wonderful community member for our school. Has a large following and helps administration and teachers with both elements of the day. For students of the month, for April and for May, for April, it's the same as Ty Davis. He's also a vocational student studying culinary and hospitality endeavors, and he's actually working tonight, so they can hide in the restaurant longer. The phone that is based on the person, but we will celebrate him on June 2nd. And finally, for our May students of the month, actually students, is our entire Dream 12 class, who, as I mentioned before, just graduated with their associate's degree from Lowell Community College. For For staff members of the month, in this one, the entire school community makes a very easy decision. It is a split between 4 people in, respective months. So for April, and each of them are part of our school-based program as school-based teams. Victoria Grant, who is our mental health counselor for school-based. Jason Ramirez, who is our youth development specialist. And for men, Mrs. Sari Santiago, who's our master level intern. And finally, a big shout out to Ms. Beatrice Patino Sherrard, who's our program director. School-based has been a big part in our SEL initiative and supporting student life, particularly in a time that may be somewhat challenging. Their support, not just to the students and staff, have really made the life at Asbury Park High School more enriching. So we'd like to congratulate them again, and we'll be celebrating them on June 2nd. Thank you.
So then let's, give a shout out to the breakfast staff and especially our students. And recognize them. Thank you.
Congratulations to all the students and all the teachers. Your recognition is well deserved. Now, the superintendent make his report.
Thank you again, and thank you for the outside. But the report for April 2nd, 2025. Because of just completed their state test and preliminary document, I've come in. The New Jersey Graduation Proficiency Assessment, the NJGPA grade 11. ELA, 66% of students pass the ELA. 9 students scored in the 800. One student has a perfect score of 850. Math, 30% of the students achieved a passing grade, which is up from 26% last year. At this time, if you have any high school staff, Mr. McKinney, please stand and be recognized. I want to thank you for it. This is John Asbury. Thank you very much. And that's all I'd like to understand. Other school tests will not be available to get that information until sometime in July and August. Once we receive it, we'll report it out to the board. And back to high school, next time is assigned induction, we had 11 inductees into the next homicide next year. And outgoing seniors, there are 8, and all are going to college. An alumnus of Asbury North donated $25,000 to our scholarship fund. This is the first we've had of that fund, and it'll be the first year of using it. And it's for the alumnus, $25,000 for our students. And this year marks another year of successful dream graduation, where some of our seniors graduated with an associate degree even before finishing their high school diploma graduation. And the monthly student attendance for the high school is 89%. Thirdly, Marshall. We have heavily attended spring concert this spring. In Pat House, there are Mothers and Moms and Moms Alike events. That was held on May 9th. Hosted the Haitian Flag Day celebration on May 16th for students and parents. It was fantastic, very, very well attended. TMS teamed up with the ASPCA, the Asbury Park Public Library, for our pop-up book day. TME as students have the opportunity to read to puppy, therapy puppy dogs. Held last Saturday at the Asbury Park Public Library, good job. 80%, now we get to that, 80% of our pre-K students are identifying letters and 46 million letters sound, which is exceeded the state UK standards. That should be recognized. Thank you, Mr. Howard. Also, the UFly Science Program, University of Florida Literacy Initiative Science Program is proving to be successful. Significant growth has been shown from Lincoln Form B to Lincoln Form C and curriculum through second grade. 80%, again, 80% of all kindergarten students are performing on or above grade level in ELA. That is not happening. Our monthly student attendance for the third March of 91.6%. Great job. The pre-K coming up ceremony will be held on Thursday, June 12th at 8:30 a.m. Kindergarten moving up ceremony will be held on Friday, June 13th at 8:30 a.m. And this month, it should be noted again, something for early childhood needs to be noted, because this is not from us, this is from the state of New Jersey. That is talking about our pre-K program, early childhood. As this month's New Jersey Department of Education early childhood meetings with schools around the state attending, our early childhood department was again recognized as school to watch for our progressive use of the UFly Science and Reading Program. Again, we reiterated to the audience that we would be a school to watch, and we are ahead of the curve. Yes, to go to the morning. Bradley Elementary School completed 3 full weeks of the NJSLA testing for grades levels 3 through 4, content area, ELA, math, and science. And 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, I apologize. I can use something. NJSLA makeup testing completed in a record 3 days, which is a usually makeup testing takes a week or more. 90% of the staff were in attendance during testing. 90% of the staff was there every day for testing. Lincoln and I ready end of the year benchmark testing for all students with the data which will be reviewed next week. Fourth grade student Elaine Velasco placed second in the Monmouth County Courts Law Day essay contest. Congratulations. Random Elementary is a gold level school recipient of the 2025 Safe Routes to School Awards. Bike School Day from Easy Ride and Adler Park Police Department will take place on May 30th. They hosted their Patient Heritage Month showcase meetings. Research project students worked on for a month during testing. 6th grade students attended the info session for Dream Scholars. 5th and 6th grade students attended an alternate info session for next year. They completed the PBS and Delegate Assessment with Rutgers of the NJDIS program. IFG is creating a the leadership team within its school is creating a leadership program for the school year 25-26. They hosted a Mother's Day team with high turnout, parents, families, and moving up ceremony. 5th and 6th grade are planned for June 10th. Student attendance for Bradley Elementary is at 93% for them. Congratulations. MFA, recent science assessment data shows that our science scores have been low historically for years. Recent Lincoln Science Assessment, which correlates to the NJSLA Science Assessment, shows a 70% increase in student proficiency. 70%. We're doing something right. Tutoring and experiential learning, such as the Monmouth County Park System field trip, have reinforced key content and supported measurable academic growth. Suspension went from 36% down to 14%. One of the African applications had dropped from 20% to 17%. The state average is 14%. Student attendance at allocated 94.7%. I want to thank everyone for the job well done. This is why we fight for our staff and our students. And I thank everybody for advancing the budget for next year so we can get these phenomenal standards. Thank you. Yeah, in Mann High School, there was 26% age, this year that's 40%. Where's it, 40? Where's it? 26%.
But there's one comment I do want to make is about the performance reports, it goes down again to the website and it's out for these are 23, 24 performance reports. And, you know, you look at the sum, the total scores, I don't look at that so much. I want to see what the students, and they both of the students were extraordinary for that school year. And I want to thank all the staff members that are here or are here now, that worked hard over the last few years to bring up those performance tests. And I think it's a compliment to the fidelity of the teaching staff and accountability of the students, the staff, everybody that's involved. And this is being done with $38 million less people. Well, balance. So we're doing more with less. And I think that's a shout out to everybody that's working really very hard for kids. And I want to thank everybody for that.
There will be as you know, like, time review the 30th. We're going to do state monitor, appointed to the first, which then we went over last. Just haven't know if the board was aware of this yet. Second is tonight.
This question, we want to executive session so we can discuss the items on the agenda. Okay, let's just exist.
So, but. Do the committee reports first, athletics? Mr. Robbins, the head of athletics. Tracy is head of athletics.
Yeah. Thanks, Josh. Is there somebody else maybe that you would like to report?
I do just want to quickly that I have, just me, I'll start on, just update on hiring and I just spoke past. What's happening, yeah, he spoke with his team and they're waiting until the playoffs come and party for guys and partners, but they were fine with it. And that was about it, they're wrapping up the spring sports, they're going very well. That's about it.
Mr. Pettit, curriculum?
It was just me. And in the meeting, we talked about special education ESY program for the extended school year, IXL learning program that we do here, which is excellent. Atlas curriculum management renewal, linked assessment software renewal. We talked about classroom support curriculum. We talked about the preferred behavioral health, Jersey, and great school trips are happening at the end of the school year.
And I have a couple questions that I emailed about the school trips. I didn't get a response, so I just. Are they walking or the that's what I'm concerned is not walking? All right. Yeah, because I did see a cost for transportation, that's why I used the cost. Okay. Policy,
The, back to the here, we have data on usage happens camera. Personalized, great, providing personalized.
Yeah.
Line, instructing. These are info, like, on students who are actually involved.
So let me explain the two different ones. So Atlas is our curriculum warehouse, I guess the best way to say it. It's approved by the state, we like to use it because it's a lot easier, to house our curriculum in the Atlas platform. It's used throughout New Jersey. And so basically, what we know about the platform is that it's constantly getting updated to the New Jersey state standards. And it's a very easy way for the CUSAC for the state to look at our curriculum very quickly and make sure that every part of the curriculum is covered, including Amistad, anything with LGBTQ, all of those things are included in there. So that's a platform thing. As far as personalized learning programs, there's two programs at IXL and iReady. We can definitely provide data. We're finalizing. I think most of the schools are great taking the lab diagnostic. Within the next week or so, we'll probably get our reports and be happy to share that information with you. Absolutely. My pleasure.
And IXL is a continuation of the program.
Yeah, so iReady runs K to 8. They don't have a high school, otherwise it would have kept it consistent. IXL does our high school personalized learning. They're very similar in that way. And you'll be adding the science component to IXL to help support science. As you know, as Mr. Domingo was talking about. Looking at science and how we've done in the past, this is going to help us kind of continue to push our science forward. And that'll go across all grade levels too. I think it's Barbara Life Science. That one is going to work across all grade levels. I'm excited about that because we haven't had that. And we're trying to copy the model that we're using in our ELA math program so that kids have different centers and they're able to do science in the same way that we kind of structure the math and the other programs. So that's coming for next year.
Any other questions for the curriculum?
Well, obviously, let's get this forward in the email that you received on page 14 regarding plus.
Okay, I'll take a look. Thank you. Policy,
The policy committee complete. Nothing to discuss.
buildings and grounds. May I, beyond your stocks, there is still no policy or regulation on that. We'll notice on Instagram, there may be some children that didn't return them and I'm not sure how the administration is going to handle, if there's any discipline because there's no policy or regulation approved by the board. I mentioned that a few months ago. I just wanted to bring it to your attention.
Ms. Jackson Meyer says she'll look into it, she will follow.
Buildings and grounds. Buildings and grounds committee met May 15th at 6 p.m. It was me, Ms. Glassman, Ms. Lavaraka, and Mr. Rogers. There were a couple of use of facilities requests, e-waiver requests. One was from the Asbury Park Music Foundation to use the high school athletic field for a charity softball game. And there was a $1,200 custodial and area for that. And then they have hours. The city of Asbury Park had requested 30 marshals for housing students. Bradley Elementary, the soccer field, for soccer games. This is all from recreation. So, MLK, auditorium, gymnasium, cafeteria, athletic field, 3 classrooms for summer camp, $21,750. And Asbury Park High School for track and field, $1,800. Because city lab requires a class A or class one, we're obligated to waive those fees. And then, the final request was mega class reunion. The Asbury Park High School auditorium stage gymnasium for class reunion of multiple years. And was it a decade? Yeah. And then the athletic field for the field day, which is actually a philanthropic event. Where, goes to kids. That concludes my report.
Mr. Grillo, do you have any discussions about the stadium?
I'll report on finance. Finance committee also met last Thursday, and we went over the error in the presentation of the tax effect of the budget that we passed. The monitor went through the papers and where the error arose, and want to just make a point that in no way did it affect the actual budget numbers. And those calculations were all correct. It just reflects the error at the start here of the calculation showing year over year the effect of the levy. But again, the amount of this budget, as the monitor confirmed to us, is the minimum that was required to provide a thorough and efficient education to our students. Sorry, we also looked at a business plan for the ITC center, and again, it's deficient, and we asked Mrs. Burnham to go back to the ITC manager and prepare a more robust plan, make certain that it includes all expenses and all anticipated revenues and justification for each of those. We also, again, asked for a better explanation of the cyber insurance. This is that's IT.
This is last minute. It's part of executive session discussion. That's what that was, both of those items. Not public. And I haven't seen the report from the FTC. Those are executive session discussions. Yeah. That's the executive session.
Cybersecurity.
No.
Okay,
No.
well, it's anyway, I'm finished with that. And the other issue is cybersecurity coverage, which we have asked for a written summary from our insurance broker.
And we have, the full board have both of those items, please. So we can discuss it in the executive session another time.
I'm curious why the ITC business plan would be something for executive session.
We discussed it in executive session. It was not made public what the discussion was. And I can talk to you later about why we decided it was an executive session, not public.
I think we'll get the slide corrected. It's on our website regarding the tax impact. So,
Excuse me, but I believe I gave you a copy of the slide. Okay.
A motion to approve committee reports. Your report on this now.
our personnel policy.
We, so really quick, went over the, appointments to the summer staff. So we went through those very quickly, and it's about one personnel position that we accomplished. That had to do with, that's just. That's it. And if you notice in your packet, there's a reappointment list, so our annual reappointment list, we go through and vote for the whole thing, or if there's specific numbers on the left-hand side, say, where
When we get to that first business agenda, we're going to need to make one correction to that list. How can we get a motion to approve the reports? The HOP report?
Good evening, everyone. We just had 2 incidents for the month of April. One was found, one was unfounded. The student that it was founded, they made sure that counseling was given to that student and the parents weren't notified. That's it.
And public participation. In accordance with the board policy 167, the Asbury Park Board of Education recognizes the value of public comment on educational issues and other matters of importance, and provides members of the public with the opportunity to express themselves on school matters and community interest. Public comment portion of the meeting is not a question and answer session, and all public comments shall be directed to the board president or me as the presiding officer of the meeting. Members of the public who wish to make public comments must be recognized by the presiding officer and provide his or her name, municipality of residence, group affiliation if applicable. All public comments shall be directed to the presiding officer and are limited to 3 minutes in duration. Members of the public who do not follow the foregoing rules or interfere with the orderly operation of the board meeting may be removed from the meeting.
Good evening. My name is Julia Piromo. I want to make it clear that while you serve on a number of board positions, I'm here to represent individual parent and staff. And have notes. I can't express enough. It's not how thrilled I was today at the ECAC, the Early Childhood Advisory Council meeting. Super exciting that 8% of our kindergartners are reading at grade level. As a parent of a young child, I can see a lot of it. I also wanted to congratulate the education department. I know how to step out of the hallway. The amount of work they've done this year to engage parents and young children, regardless of levels of literacy or proficiency in English, the early childhood education department is making it possible for every parent to participate in joy teaching their own child to read. And again, as a parent of a young child, I can express, I'm comfortable with my literacy level, and I do more so in these meetings. So that said, today's meeting was discussed that there's looking more opportunities for parent engagement. So this last thing, if any members of the community are hosting family focused events and have vendor tables, we're in the early childhood education department
or the ECIC, I guess, can be present, if you contact us within our office. Some of the types of events we discussed where it would be helpful to have them present are the Juneteenth event for the park. And, Ms. Diane Shelton also brought up the RPUs that are hosted by the Amazon for Housing Authority. So if anyone is aware of events like those that ECIC can participate, please let us know and really encourage others to participate. And that's all I got. Thank you. Congratulations to everyone who just went out. Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Stephen Stockton, I design 11 Bay. Julie, just so you know, passes March, the Juneteenth day. They're taking application today. I'd like to say to the board, I'm really concerned, because last month I saw this on the agenda and I see it again tonight for the food service management. I don't know if any of these board members have ever been in our school district and been in this cafeteria when these kids are getting provided for lunches. Our children do not eat this food. It goes in the trash. This is a lot of money that we're paying for food service to feed our children, and our children are not eating meals. So I recommend that you guys really reconsider again, putting this company on this board agenda, and nobody's been out to see what these kids have been eating. Nobody's questioned these kids about the food. Nobody has said anything to any of these children about what they're eating and why they're eating, and they're not eating half the stuff. Because I've done a lot of after-school programs that I spent my own money, and Lee from Steve Park can attest to this. We've spent money to feed these kids after school. These kids are hungry at 2:30 because they're not eating lunch. That's not fair to our children. And this is a lot of money we pay for food service, that our kids don't touch the food. So you guys might really want to reconsider and start looking into better food service for these kids, or start doing a survey with the company that you have now in regards to getting better food. Because I know as long as I come to these board meetings, board members eat better than our children do. And you can't say you don't. The food that you guys get, our kids will never see. These kids are throwing this food in the trash on a regular basis, and this is a lot of money. We're talking about cutting staff members. Why are we not getting rid of this food service company? That'll save you $1 million right there. So I suggest, while we're looking at this agenda, we reconsider the things that are on this agenda every month that are making no sense. And not one board member has actually went to the schools and sat with these kids and had lunch to see what they're throwing in the trash. Our kids are eating processed food. Again, another year, and nobody's doing anything about it. And we're paying $1 million for our kids to eat like this. That's not fair. Thank you.
Next, you look at the 1200 different street. I'm going to talk about the same thing, food service management. But I'm going to testify to food I used to be able to work with it. I am the first kindergarten teacher, I got one person. So, but it's not fair to our kids. What we need to think about doing is bring it back in house. It's definitely use a cook and go to the lunch of middle school, high school. Bring those people back, bring them in house. They'll be, again, you have to pay them for insurance. But, and sometimes $1.5 million, and the food is bad. I would have a dog, but if I did, I would use it to my dog. So, but that's the way they treat our Asbury Park kids. And another thing is, I was gonna ask about when we go to the middle for non, but you, I was gonna ask about the middle now. So, that was one of my questions, so I will ask about the so long. But I know you got a game tonight, 8 o'clock, so you need to get on out of here, okay? But, so I'm glad we're working on that, so to get that done, you know, because although he didn't graduate high school here, but he went here for 8 years, elementary school. Once he won at Asbury Park, I wasn't born here, but I am glad to do all, you know, so I'm 40 years ago, so, but Alabama, I would be home, but Jersey second. But I'm glad we got this thing moved, because really, think about bringing the food service back to health. Look, our politics, so, well, we don't have to pay our politics. Okay, thank you, have a good night, God bless you.
Anyone else? Close the public participation. Can I get a motion to close public participation? So,
Second.
we get a motion to go into executive session? Moving on to executive session. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, you. You're trying to make up your mind. I wouldn't say. You know why? Because most of the stuff's already happened. Most of the stuff's already happened. And why don't you invest a little money so you get an audience set up? Should have punched me in the face.